Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I am Scott.
I am John.
And we're married. And this is not an Italian language instruction video. Although I know how to say gli uomini scrivono nella zucchero.
Which means?
The men write in the sugar.
That is such a useful phrase.
We are going to Italy in a few months. Well, in 6 months.
Yeah.
And I am trying to learn Italian as much as I can using the Duolingo app. And I'm learning fabulous, important phrases like the men write in sugar.
Yes.
Gli uomini scriviano nel zucchero.
Again, that's me endlessly healthy.
Il gatto scrivo. No, that's right. Bevo l'acqua. The cat drinks milk. Water.
Water. Well, that's actually something that actually happens in the real world.
Right, that's true.
So,
Insetti means insects.
Okay. We never figure out what...
Formica means ant, which to me it's like, well, is formica...
Like it looks like ants are...
It looks like ants are crawling on your countertop, and that's why you're formica? I don't know, but...
So, the one thing we have not... I mean, it's a long way away, but we have not researched yarn culture in Italy.
Yarn culture, except for this... I was going to say super hot, because he was kind of super hot. Rosso Cardinale.
Yeah.
The Italian... we've seen him on YouTube.
Yeah,
is he on YouTube or more on Instagram?
More on Instagram. He's like a designer.
He's a designer. We've seen him on... This is the only Italian connection we have. If anybody has any Italian connections, let us know. So, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to go through like people who comment, and I don't think we have any...
I don't feel like an Italian or a strong Italian
presence.
Yeah.
I'm sure Italians knit though.
Yes. So, the episode today is because we have finished our Sweet Tea No Shade finish at Cal.
We finished the finish at Cal.
We finished, and I actually finished something.
Yay!
Did you finish something?
Yeah, I did the scarf. Like,
you're not supposed to tell people. Yeah, it's supposed to be a big reveal.
I did the big reveal like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, I know, right. I'm sorry. So anyway, we're going to announce winners today.
Yay!
It's gonna be a brief episode because we do not have a lot of.
Yeah, I have 2 works.
Like we haven't bought any yarn. We haven't.
No, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. So, but it's gonna be 4 hours long, knowing us, because we're like, oh, it's a brief episode, and it's gonna be 4 hours long, and I'm gonna edit out all the times that I drink my cider.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we have this is Junior. Junior. Linus is the usual star of the videos, but Junior, he's probably taking it. They just had dinner.
Oh, he's right there. No, he's right there. You can't see me on the side of those bags.
Is he watching us?
No, he's looking at the water.
So weird.
So one thing I am curious about is that I am a big fan of cider, and I'm curious if others... Why are you smiling?
I like scotch.
I like alcohol. No, I'm curious if like cider...
Scotch,
I think it's a British thing. It's like an alcohol based on apples. And this is a cider based on these French apples. But anyway, I'm just curious if cider is a big thing in other countries. Other than the U.S., it's a big thing in the U.S. right now, and I'm just curious if it's... I mean, I think in England they have some, but anyway. Okay, so we're going to do the comments from our last episode and talk about those, and then we're going to announce winners and talk about projects that we're working on.
And then we'll summarize our amazing polar vortex.
Okay. I don't know. I think the polar vortex might have affected other parts of the world, but it's like...
And again, I feel bad. I feel bad because there are people in Canada
That's true.
They're all north of us, right? So, like, we're at the bottom half of Minnesota, which is a state on the northernmost part of the United States.
Well,
but there's like a whole country above us that, like, every place in Canada was colder than International Falls.
That's true. However,
the
person I need to talk to is Wendy, Baba Yaya, because she's all like, it's so cold in Chicago. Okay. Yes, Wendy, I know you used to live here, and I know it's cold in Chicago. But Chicago got all the press. But they were like still 10 degrees warmer than it was in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
It was negative 30 air temperature, not wind chill.
It was like negative 47 wind chill. It was ridiculous.
Well, I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Does Celsius even go that low?
I don't know, but I'm sorry, Wendy, that it's so cold in Chicago and Michigan froze over. But it's so cold that it's 5 minutes you get frostbite damage.
Right.
It's been so cold here. But
it's over.
Well, and we live in Minnesota. We
right.
know. We know
right.
that
no
it's
one. We were warned.
We know. So anyway.
We had a side. Why are we talking about the polar vortex aside from just complaining?
Okay, that's the other thing I'm interested in is if people in the rest of the world call it the polar vortex, if that's an American thing.
Yeah, if it's like a way to make it like, because someone said, I was talking to someone, they're like, polar vortex, it's just a low pressure system, right? Like, is it just because in America we need to make everything like superstorm?
Everything in America needs to be extra.
Extra, yeah. So is like polar vortex is something is that a real thing, or is it just something like the jet stream dipping down?
What did you do to our cat?
I hypnotized him to sleep. He's very happy.
He is very happy. Okay, so we're going to talk about comments. There's some comments I'm going to spring on you.
Great.
Okay.
So we did not. Our preparation time for this podcast was 5. We're going super spontaneous.
It's
today.
not any more than it normally is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we're
John
gonna...
thinks I do all this extra work for the podcast, and I don't. Okay, so Karen Glotzbach. So I like to give shout outs to new viewers, and so Karen says that she's new to the podcast. But one thing that she said was that the colors that you chose for your hat are amazing. Now you didn't choose those colors.
Wait.
The one with the pom pom.
Oh no, yeah,
that's a finished object, and you don't have it. We need to show it.
I thought I showed it last.
Wasn't finished.
We'll have to. It's right over there, so I can go get it.
So we'll pause and get it. But yeah, she's like, the colors that you chose are amazing, and because I am a husband who likes to keep you from getting your head too big, I have to point out that you didn't.
I didn't choose
those
the colors. So it came in a kit that I bought at a store in Denver called Fancy Tiger Crafts. So I didn't pick the colors, but I did pick that set of colors. They came prepackaged, and so there was some choice involved.
Same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same.
But I didn't sit with the color wheel and figure stuff out. They already had grouped some yarn colors all together. So if you look at other patterns, people have done the same pattern, you'll notice that there's everyone does the same colors, more or less.
But the point that she makes is that if you're using 100% wool with no nylon, you can spit splice the yarn. So I've not knit with 100% yarn. I don't know that I've ever knit with 100% wool. Even the wool that I want to knit with it, I think is 100% wool. It's got silk in it or something.
No, I'll check my labels.
Well, you don't check your labels, but
I don't.
The what was the place in Wisconsin we went to?
Oh yeah, that was Silk Blend.
That had silk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, she makes the point that you don't have to weave in. So the whole point was that in the podcast, in the last episode, you were talking about the fact that you had had a million ends to weave in because you kept cutting your yarn with the different colors.
Mm-hmm.
But she was making the point that you could actually spit splice. But I don't think that was 100% wool, was it?
I think it was.
Or you could have spit spliced. And she said she's gotten good enough at it that she can do color changes and have the new color start exactly where she wants to.
Okay.
It's gonna be an interesting. Okay, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what you guys.
So
saw.
we don't have a monitor we're watching stuff from,
yeah.
so we don't know what's going on.
We don't know what.
So
you
we
guys
think just a
saw.
huge white monster attacked the camera.
Okay.
Okay.
So Brenda Budd said that she's new to watching the the podcast, and that she watches Ross, which is Smells Like Yarn. You've met him in person.
Yes, I have.
As well as Carlos and Arnie.
Yes.
And she's from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And all I have to say about that is bonjour à Montréal. No, that's not right. Bonjour.
Hello.
Whatever.
Hello. Is bonjour
Je
welcome?
habite à Minnesota. Je te dis la langue française depuis 13 années à l'université. And I only have so many things I can say. And then she's a charity knitter on Ravelry.
Nice.
Haley Metcalf. Focus.
Sorry.
Haley Metcalf is a new member of the 9-inch circular cult.
Nice.
That's all I care about. But she said that she went with the 9-inch circular needles. She now feels that she can finish her socks. And she says if you're going to Rome, okay, so we are going to Italy for a couple weeks with my mom and aunt, with Betty Ann and my Aunt Helen. And she said that if you're going to be in Rome, you shouldn't miss the galleries at the Villa Borghese. Or no, Villa.
Villa Borghese, yes. So, I've actually been there. It's really awesome.
She said you have to book tickets in advance.
Yeah. It's like up in this park. So my mom and I went there. And we went in August. And so it's in this park, like huge park, and we just, gee whiz. And you have to walk. We walked all the way to the park, and it was like really hot out, and we were like stopping at fountains and like sticking our heads in the water. It was so hot. And then my mom went there again, and she's like, "Oh, we just took a car up." I'm like, "Oh, you could do those things, can't you?" So that's
Cool.
all. It's
All
really,
right.
really, really cool.
So that was Brenda Budd. Thank you, Brenda. Good recommendation. Oh, no, Haley Metcalf. Sorry. Got confused. Okay. All right. So then Jecca Pearson says, about the Wonder Woman shawl, if you're worried about color bleeding while soaking, use a color catcher. I don't know what a color catcher is. So can you stop with the laptop for 5
I
minutes?
was going to look at what a color catcher was,
They don't care about us looking up color catchers right now.
but I'm curious.
You can do that on your own time. So that's a good recommend.
It's copper corgi. I've
Copper
never
corgi,
had a
I
problem
know that's
before.
gonna be a problem, yeah. Okay, Chevy Rell. She says she flippin' loves us.
Good.
We flippin' love her. She said that she's excited to get these dumb socks off the needles. I don't appreciate the fact that she's calling socks dumb. Like, that's all I want to knit ever. She says, she also says milk
Milk.
instead of milk.
Milk.
And it irritates the shit out of her husband, Dan, or boyfriend, husband, whatever. Yeah, so please don't say milk ever again. It's milk. Okay, so Knit for Beer posted, please tell me more about this book, The Secret. Who is the author? Okay, I want people to comment if they've read The Secret or watched the video for The Secret. Look up
The Secret by Rhonda Byrne.
Rhonda Byrne.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one of those things that you joke about, but it's like ghosts. Like, it could be real, or maybe it's not real. Maybe they're not real.
Like leprechauns.
Like leprechauns. You're gonna offend all the Irish people watching that episode.
I'm pretty sure Irish people have a pretty...
Irish people hate leprechauns.
can defend...
Irish people probably think that leprechauns are an American thing that, like, American people made up.
Probably.
So the thing about The Secret is it's this book that was written. When was it written?
2006.
2006. Oprah got really into it, and the concept is that
It's called the Law of Attraction.
the law of attraction. So if you say, like let's say that you're unhappy. And you don't like unhappiness and you want to be more happy. Then you say, in your mind, you say, I'm going to be happy. And you put it out into the, some of it can be a little icky. It's like, I want to be rich. So you say, like, I'm going to be rich. I am rich. I'm going to be rich. In 2009, I'm going to, really learn how to, manage my money. I'm going to be rich. You say what is gonna happen,
and you believe what's gonna happen.
Well, you believe. That's the thing, is you believe it,
and that's why Scott's dad used it to find parking spots. He's like, I believe I will find a spot. I will find a spot near the door, and he does. So
the point is that with The Secret, you put positive thoughts out into the universe.
Can I put negative thoughts out to the universe?
No, that's the point.
But what if I want bad things to happen?
If you say, I'm not going to be sad, or I'm not going to be poor, then what you're doing is you're putting the word poor out into the universe. And you being poor or being sad is going to come back to you, because that's what you're putting out into the universe.
But what if I say, I want our cats not to be irritating?
They're not irritating. I'll let them.
Yeah.
So it's Rhonda Byrne, Byrne. So Gail Spangler then said, thanks for the link to the Heel First socks. Okay, so I'm going to show this. Wendy Baba Yaya has done this pattern and released it and whatever. And I'm going to show that. I'm working on those. But Gail Spangler says, I struggle with not losing my oomph once I get the heel finished, whether toe up or top down, because I feel I've invested so much time up to this point. I have half-finished socks sitting in a box glaring at me accusingly.
So as someone who has... I have the socks.
What is it about for you? That's a good point. What is it about for you that doesn't draw you to socks? What do you think? You look at me, somebody who loves to knit socks, and you're like...
So I feel like you knit for an hour and you have an inch done. And maybe...
You're knitting a shawl right now. You knit for an hour and you have one row done.
But I've done all this work. I just feel like... So with the shawl, for example, is that the pattern is... Okay, I got it. So with socks...
I'm going to have to cut all that out because of the clapping made everybody's ears hurt.
Is that with socks, with a shawl, you keep doing different things. With socks, you're just doing the same. It's like the sweaters. So much, all you're doing is adding length. And that just gets...
Yeah,
I think if I did chunky ones, or if I did ones... So I've got this pattern that I got from the Brooklyn Tweed thing, that is it has fun little cables and stuff like that. I think I would enjoy that more.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. Anne Mahoney commented that she ordered a bag from Stephanie at the Rusted Stitch.
Yay!
That's so exciting. So there's a bag that we're giving in our giveaway for our knit along, and then
I have one.
I bought one for John for Christmas, and you guys, they're really good bags. So anyway, that's awesome. Stacy Dull, she's a new viewer, and her Ravelry on Instagram is Hooker by Night, which indicates to me that she must be a crocheter. Crocheter, yeah. So welcome, Stacy. David Howard says, Kat Bordy did an entire book of sock patterns with afterthought legs. Personal footprints for insouciant sock knitters. So the podcast that I'm doing, the sock that I'm doing right now is the afterthought cuff. And so we'll circle back to that. So John, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
LM says, what color is eggplant in John's multiverse?
It's like a deep, deep purple. Blackish purple.
It's not exciting. I wanted more of an emotional response, and I'm sure LM did too. Wanted more of an emotional...
Eggplant.
Okay, whatever.
Eggplant.
No, we're not doing an
Eggplant.
eggplant counter this episode. So then Anna Sender says, hello, I've been really enjoying your podcast. Another nerdy knitter here. I wanted to ask if either of you done a nerd box from Stephen B before. So...
No, but we should.
Well, see, here's the deal. A nerd box, that's like one of those yarn subscription things.
Oh.
And we don't really need to do that because we live like 5 minutes from his shop. So what I will say is that anything that Stephen B is involved in is going to be good.
Yes.
And so I looked at Anna Sender sent a link to the nerd box, the current nerd box or something. It was a Marvel Universe nerd box. And when you go into his store, there's a landing between the first and the second floor where a lot of the nerd knit stuff is. And I want to buy everything there.
Yep.
Like everything, Stephen B does nothing half-assed. I mean, like anything that you're going to do with Stephen B is going to be good quality. Why are you turning my head?
Look into the camera.
Okay. So anyway, that's my point. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy anything from Stephen B. All right, then Burly Pearly Knits, who we've started watching Burly Pearly Knits podcast.
It's very odd to watch a podcast where they're commenting on our comments on their podcast. It's like when you hold like two mirrors up against each other.
Yeah,
and it's
so you see into infinity.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, he's commenting on what we commented on his comment.
Yeah. He is a very fun podcast. He's a very handsome guy, very good looking guy. He has great... he did that one of his episodes was... I get the impression that he is a tour guide for the far reaches of Canada.
Right.
And
I feel like was it
Banff?
Banff maybe?
Yeah, I don't know, but he I really love his podcast. And he says it's a part of the world that even though you and I don't live that far from it, it's just unbelievable what is within our even driving distance of the beauty of some of the... Anyway, he's just got he does some really cool stuff with his podcast as far as nature and then he also does some really cool knitting stuff, obviously. So shout out to Burly Pearly Knits. All right, so Hot Mess Knits Sheena.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Okay, so first thing out of her mouth is, or first thing in her comment is, "Oh my glob."
What's Oh My Glob from?
Adventure Time.
I don't watch Adventure Time.
Her son is big into Adventure Time.
Okay.
So she's a first time knitter or a first time watcher. That's why Maria João Carnavarro. Hello, a big kiss from Portugal.
Yay!
So
Portugal's on my list to visit too. It's supposed to be beautiful.
So Sal and Al, who we've watched before, said... so she was the one that I talked about with the twisted rib, and I thought that might have been... She said that she wonders if her gauge is too loose for ribbing. She's the one that said that her socks don't pull together. They don't suck in at the top when she does her ribbing.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, but she said that She had the same washer dryer song in the last episode, and she was gonna jump up and switch her laundry because she thought I was. Because we left our laundry running in the last episode, and she said, "Do you really watch our show? We've been trying to figure out if we have any male viewers." Of course, we watch your show. I know I do. I mean, you don't watch as many podcasts as I do, but yes, I definitely watch your show, and They live in Dallas, and like I feel like if I went to Dallas and met them, my head would explode. Like they're so energetic and so amazing.
Right.
Like I feel like that my head would explode.
They're like the best friends, right?
Yeah, I think they met in a knitting group.
Right.
You know, and the one thing I remember is that Sal, or is it Al? One of them knits cowls, but like they're like the size of her entire body. I don't know what that's about. Maybe she'll watch this and she'll explain.
Like body cowls.
Yeah, body cowls.
That seems really cozy, though.
Well, but they're beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, so Sue Shapiro, it lives in Colorado, south of Denver, and she said that Fancy Tiger is a fantastic store.
It is.
She says Cormo refers to the kind of sheep that it comes from, the yarn comes from. So we talked about that in our last episode. And then her daughter lives in Minneapolis. And she says, I'll be there at the end of January. I always come the coldest times.
Oh, so she'll have been there and back, because it's February now.
Oh my God. I wonder if she was there during the polar vortex. Ugh. All right.
No, she said one more thing to say. It was kind of fun. Oh, she went to Vogue Meeting Live this year.
But we really only went to that one thing. We talked about that already.
Yeah.
So then Melanie D says she's not really hooked on sock knitting. Sock weight yarn's not her favorite. But she was a first time viewer, and then she said that we should do a Bachelor knit along. I don't know what that would be.
I'm going to put that in my cap right now and figure that out. That sounds... Oh my God, because you could do it during a Bachelor season.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Well, we could do it for The Bachelor and pair it up the next...
No, we should do the
Bachelorette.
Which I actually like better than The Bachelor.
Because all the hot guys.
Yeah, I mean, the eye candy is just... I mean... Usually with Bachelor, if you are so interested in male eye candy, you have like one opportunity.
Right.
Bachelorette, you have 30. So like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel
You feel.
I feel like The Bachelorette has a better record of like actually producing long-term couples.
The Bachelor does? The Bachelorette does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Tristan and Ryan are still together.
I mean, I feel like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette as concepts are horrible.
Yes.
They're horrible. They're horrifying.
Well, because what I love about them is it's a scenario which is like nowhere in this world, right? I mean, except like if you were... What I love about The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they're doing this completely ridiculous thing, which is going on freaking group dates, right? No one does that in the real world. I'm going to go out on a date with 5 people. And they act like it's the most normal thing, and that the fact that you have an issue with it is like, well, just trust the process because it works. And I'm like, does it?
It works for 1 or 2 people. It doesn't work for the group.
Right. Anyway,
but
but the best thing about The Bachelor, and why I think a knit along to The Bachelor Bachelorette is so good. Oh my God. Okay. You could have it where you can only knit during while you watch the TV show. Because so I'm working on this shawl, and the fact that The Bachelor has started is like making it go a lot faster because you have these hugely long episodes that you don't have to pay attention to.
Well, I'm curious if other people that watch our YouTube videos watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, because I never ever thought that I would be someone who watched it, and I roll my eyes when I think about it.
Why did we start watching it?
Because
we watched Unreal.
Unreal. There was a TV show called Unreal in the United States, which was done by a woman who worked on The Bachelor, and it was just about how horrible it is to be a producer and how they treat the people on the show. And there's something sociological that's fascinating about it, but then you watch it, and we were watching it ironically, like, you know, to be funny, and then we watched it, and you get invested in the human being.
And then by the end, like literally, I feel honest emotion, which is so awful.
Yeah. So anyway,
so
sorry,
we're gonna
discussion about
Bachelor knit along. That's gonna happen. I think that's amazing.
Thanks to Melanie D.
Melanie D. Yeah. Great idea.
Great idea. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of the comments. So Connie S says, she says she lives in Hastings. She was the one that mentioned the Hastings yarn store we need to go to, and she says that she loves the color work hat colors. So thank you, Connie. And then Eileen D.A., a.k.a. Little Bush Baby, says that she knitted hers Wonder Woman wrap last month, and she said that she replaced the wrap and turn stitches with the German double stitch.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting.
She says Google search it, and you might find it helpful.
Unfortunately, I'm not the short rows. Oh wait, but I still have the anyway.
Well, now that you've done that part of the shawl, though, you will know whether or not that would have helped you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so then there was a comment in our spam filter. So for those of you who don't know, when you have a YouTube channel and people comment on your videos, there's some comments that sometimes go into the spam filter. I don't know why this one did, but Girl Walks with Goats wrote, John, or no, let's do a play. Or whatever.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't.
No. What does that so mean?
Significant other.
No significant other abuse on camera. No significant abuse on camera. I don't quite understand what that comment's about, but I mean,
it's
obviously I do. So anyway, Girl Walks with Goats. It was what was hilarious about was that it ended up in our spam filter. Kristen H says, this is not a comedy podcast. Get it together, guys.
Yeah.
Good comment, Kristen H. Okay, Dog Dare. Okay, I have a real David Dog Dare comment here. So I love David Dog Dare's podcast. I love everything about him as a human being. He bought us a cat.
Oh, that's right. The cat, the automatic cat.
Everything. He is wonderful. He's the one that was big into Bates Motel.
Okay. Oh, that's what he was doing the colorways, right?
Yes, he was doing the colorway, the named colorway, and all that. So what I don't understand is I'm not getting alerted to your new episode. So I don't know if I'm like not set up right or whatever. But like I don't feel like you've had a new episode in a while. So I'm gonna go back and look, but. I love everybody needs to go over and subscribe to Dog Dare or David Dog Dare. So my mom commented blah 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 because she gets all in our comments, and he said that he would be a stand-in son. Betty Ann's my mother.
So here's the deal, David Dog Dare. If you want to be Betty Ann's stand-in son, you should write to us first, and we will tell you all that involves. It involves a lot of shopping for tube tops. It involves
scraping her up off the concrete when she's on her skateboard and she grabs onto the back of a pickup truck.
It involves a lot of trips to the mall. Because she has to get the newest American Doll. Like, she is obsessed with American Doll. And then she makes and she is obsessed with the Marvel universe.
Yes.
Like she's seen
but she has the hots for Hulk, and it's really awkward.
And she really likes the first Hulk, the Ang Lee Hulk movie. Like she makes us watch it all the time.
And she's like over the top attracted to the Hulk. It's kind of weird.
Well, what's weirder is it's not the Hulk so much. It's when the Bruce Banner is transforming into the Hulk that she has the hots for. So she doesn't really like Hulk. She's like Bruce Banner. She likes the in between when the purple pants are breaking in half, and she will watch. She has a whole stack of videotapes from like the early Lou Ferrigno one, and she'll stop it when the guy is turning to the Hulk, and like those tapes are worn out.
Betty Ann is so problematic.
I don't know if problematic really covers it.
I mean, so we're going to Italy with her and her sister, my brother and his wife, us and our best friend Steve. And like, I feel like Betty Ann's going to be all like, this is what we're doing and nothing else matters.
We're going to the Italian Girl doll store.
So, we are recording our podcast.
Yes.
And we thought it'd be fun to have you audio only.
There she is.
Well, what would you like for me to say?
So,
we'd like you to explain your obsession with the Incredible Hulk.
we might have had a segment about how obsessed you are with the Incredible Hulk, but
Oh, that. Okay.
so we want to know what projects you're currently working on.
Right now I'm working on David's temperature blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing as how this week is supposed to be up to 80 degrees here one day.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And right now I'm using an orange, which is for Thursday will be 75. So, I had to change colors for this week, and I'm crocheting his temperature blanket.
So why don't you tell us what a temperature blanket is?
So someone actually submitted that for the cow.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
A temperature blanket is a blanket you can knit or crochet. There are patterns out there, free patterns. And you can do it according to where you live, and you can do it daily. You do a row like a lap blanket.
Mm-hmm.
You can change colors daily according to the temperature, or you can do it weekly. I decided to do weekly since I'm doing 4 rows per stripe, and I'm doing a zigzag pattern. Or somebody had suggested that, like if you wanted to go back and do when you were born, for instance, the time period when you were born and the place you were born in, and go back to those temperatures and crochet or knit a blanket according to those temperatures.
What would you do, like, by year?
Whatever you wanted to, whatever you wanted to do, however you wanted to figure it out.
Well, but you're really old, so like.
Well, they may not have had anything back then.
Did they have
It may
thermometers back then?
Stone tools and
so how do you
dragging women across the cable by their hair?
Yeah, that's so when you do the I'm sorry, I have a serious question because your son is disrespectful. So do you do it like you have a color from the 30s or the 40s and the 50s?
You can find the charts also online,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one that was pretty extensive as far as the temperature ranges,
Mm-hmm.
and I picked one that was not quite as, the range was a little bit more per color,
Mm-hmm.
so that you didn't have to get as many colors of yarn.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah, but I'm using one that I found, and again, that, you can get free color charts, and they tell you, use this color for this temperature range, use this color, and then you just buy the colors that you want.
Cool.
Yeah.
So are you working on any other projects right now?
I'm working on a Merry Christmas one color cross-stitch piece,
Okay.
and I have some knitting projects in the line.
Mm-hmm.
Working on those periodically, and after finishing Helen's scarf, so I just pull out the whatever project I want to work on, depending on that particular day.
Cool. You should send us pictures of what you're working on so we can put them in the podcast.
Okay, and I'm going to go back to work Tuesday.
Awesome.
So I'll be back at work.
So, I wanted to ask about what I'm going to show coming up in the active projects or the works in progress is the sock that I'm working on for you, which I've already done the heel, and I've marked for the cuff, and I'm knitting down the foot for the first sock. So I'm making progress. I'm curious, how did you go about making the template or measuring for the sock? How did you do that?
I followed the directions according to what you sent me, and David helped me mark on a piece of cardboard box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because what was interesting to me was that the toe length and the heel length were equal, just like in her example.
Yeah.
And so anyway.
No, I did it. Yeah, I mean, I followed the directions, and he marked them.
Cool.
And I read them to him, and he marked them, so we did it together, and I held on to the piece of cardboard that I drew my foot on.
Right.
I feel like
So we just measured from that.
Do you ever watch Charlie's Angels, Betty Ann? Because I feel like we're having a conversation with Charlie right now. Because
I did watch Charlie's Angels.
we've got the phone, and it's like facing the thing,
camera,
and it's like
Yes, my angels.
Yes, my angels. So this is going to be a particularly goofy episode. So welcome.
So has Scott sobered up a little bit, or?
I don't think that it's appropriate to tell our podcast viewers that
We might have had a birthday party went to earlier.
Yeah, although
Yes.
I did talk at the beginning of the episode about asking if people out in other countries drink cider.
So.
Oh, yeah. Not all us Americans drink cider either.
Well, that's true, because you don't like it.
No.
All right. Well, thank you for the Betty Ann update.
Yeah.
We are going to now go and
to the knitting part of our
It was a pleasure, my angels.
Yeah.
Oh
my God!
You need glad to do voice audio.
We're going
as opposed to pictures.
We're going to.
We're gonna put a picture.
No, you're not gonna put pictures of your own in there.
It may or may not be of you.
May or may not.
We're going to do. We're gonna announce.
Y'all are helpful.
We're gonna announce our winners for our knit along, and then we're going to. Oh crud! What was I gonna say?
Do our finished objects and works in progress.
Well, yeah, whatever. But there was something else I was gonna say. But yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
I'm waiting for you to upload now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a little while.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you, my angels.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, John Aswell Salisbury. I think it's time to announce the winners
Awesome.
of our KAL Knit Along Finish It Cal.
All right. So I just want to.
So we have 3 prizes.
Right.
Well, before we do that, though, I'd like to show our finished objects that we did. This all started with us digging through our projects in progress, our bags, our project bags, and being like, what the hell's in this project bag? One of the things that I discovered is this cowl, which was the Craft Vent from 2017 from
Jimmy Bean Wools.
Jimmy Bean Wools. Can you go over there and look and see if I show the whole thing?
Yep. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, it's a little. If you lean this way a little bit. No, other way.
Which way?
No, that's good. Now you can see it all.
Okay. So I am super proud of this shawl. And I think I had originally been doing, I was originally going to give this as a gift to my personal trainer. And she left, and I think I'm going to give it to my friend Amanda. So I'm very happy with this shawl. And the big thing is about this shawl is that I posted it on Instagram, and the designer commented on it and said that she really liked the way that I had striped some of the colors into the shawl. And so I really liked that really meant a lot to me that she commented on that.
Yeah, it turned out beautifully.
So yeah. So that's mine, and then what was yours?
Mine was, I've already shown this.
Oh, and I will have put in the designer and all that.
Right.
About it.
So this is my, basically it's a...
Well, yeah, I mean, you're acting like it's no big deal.
No, I can't remember what it's called. It's like
it was the basket weave.
Cabled Scarf by Crystal Palace Yarns. It's on my Ravelry, and I made it with Malabrigo.
And I remember the purplish color was cloud something.
Right. I don't remember.
Yeah.
The thing is, we have I actually bought, so when I bought this, I bought 2 skeins of both these colors, the green and the purple. And so we can find out what they are.
Well, it'll be on your Ravelry page.
It's not. You make it happen.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. So anyway, that's what you did for the knit along to finish it, Cal. Because this scarf took a long time because it was all cables, and my shawl took forever because I did up to like the last 6 inches and then didn't do it anymore. So
that's what we finished, and yay! I was really happy because, again, I don't think if we had done this, I think this would have languished for another 2 years.
Yeah. So we're gonna give this. So our first prize is the Instagram prize.
Okay.
And then we have a prize, 2 prizes for the Ravelry finished objects, and so the first.
So
one
33.
is we have. So the first one is that we had 33 posts under the hashtag STNS Finish It Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we're gonna do a random number generator.
This is like live. I'm hitting the generate number right now. 11.
Post number 11.
So that is
1, 2, 3.
Hang on.
And this is the prize, while John looks for that, is from the Manitoba Fiber
9.
Festival.
It's Little Bush Baby.
Little Bush Baby.
Who's doing the Wonder Woman shawl too?
Yes, in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Glasgow. And you won the Manitoba Fiber Festival 2018 Custom Colorway. It's 80/20 merino nylon sock yarn, and it's
the colorway is called,
and it's by Manjusha Fiber Arts, which is Tammy Ivanko, and she lives in Manitoba.
Do you want to sort of unfold it?
I don't want to unfold it just because I've done that in previous episodes, and it's tough to get it back together. So it's got awesome kind of like dark blues and yellows and mauves, and I know some people say mauve, but in Minnesota they say mauve. So yeah, it's a really cool custom colorway for that. And I just think it's cool that somebody from the UK is winning a skein of yarn that was dyed in Manitoba, Canada, but given away on a Minnesota YouTube show.
Well, she's from Scotland too, so.
Did I say something?
You said the UK. That's
the UK. Okay.
So it's kind of fun, like, you know.
Yes, that's super fun. So we'll connect with you
from
and
Glasgow.
We'll get your info and send this your way.
Yay!
All right. Okay. So then the next winner gets the Grease Monkey yarn, which is the Tap Monkey base from Dye Monkey Yarns, and it's 75/25 merino nylon and I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. 13.
So the winner is
Lodette.
Lodette.
And she did this really Lodette's Kia shawl.
Kia shawl.
Nice.
Almost forgot to post my finished shawl in here. So it's by, so the pattern's by Amba O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful shawl.
Yeah.
Kia shawl.
It's got this really cool lace
click
work.
Go to Lodette's page.
Okay.
So Lodette's from Finland.
Western Finland.
Oh, that's really cool.
And more importantly, she has 4 cats.
Or he. It could be he.
No, but the first name's Lotta.
Well, we don't know.
I'm just making a guess.
Making a guess. So congratulations, Lotta. And you win the Tap Monkey base, and it's Grease Monkey. This yarn is beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be... I think this would be a really cool... You could do a sock, or if you were doing...
Why would you do anything but socks?
Or if you're doing like a color work, it could be really cool...
Neutral
that progressed as you did
and
it.
And the thing about the Dye Monkey yarn, which is Jesse from New Mexico, is that it's the yarn is such good quality and it's so soft and it smells so good. I just love everything about Jesse's yarn. So anyway, congratulations, Lodette. All right, so now the winner of the Rusted Stitch bag.
So this is my bag. It's like the twin. Love this bag. 22.
Post number 22. So
22.
Congratulations to the Bat Lady Knits. The Bat Lady Knits. I don't know if we talked about it, but she had one of the comments too. I don't know if we responded to her comment.
She's from Appleton.
Appleton, Wisconsin?
I think so.
Or Appleton, Minnesota. There's an Appleton, Wisconsin, and Appleton. If it's the Fox Valley communities, I'm going to laugh my butt off. Anyway. So the Bat Lady Knits.
She also experienced the polar vortex, it looks like.
Yeah. So congratulations to the Bat Lady Knits. I don't know if you're Appleton, Minnesota or Appleton, Wisconsin. If you are from Appleton, Wisconsin, the Fox Valley communities.
And she did a red and white crochet blanket. Wow.
So she said, I finally finished... Oh, no, that's somebody else. Yeah. Sorry. So congratulations. So you win this beautiful bag from the Rusted Stitch. So for all the winners, I'll reach out to you guys, or you guys can reach out to us, whichever, and we will... get the stuff here. So we've got somebody from the UK, from Finland,
and then Appleton,
either Minnesota or Wisconsin. So
where's
probably
Appleton?
Wisconsin.
Where's Appleton, Minnesota?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't. It's probably Appleton, Wisconsin, but
yeah. So
congratulations to you guys.
And I mean, there's some. We can maybe talk about just like the people did some really cool stuff.
Yeah. Some amazing stuff that people finished.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's amazing to me that these knitters that are such amazing knitters
have the same problem that we do.
Well, but are connected to us.
Yeah,
you know,
for
they're
sure.
watching our videos and stuff. So
yeah.
So anyway, as far as finished objects or complete or projects in progress, we'll circle back and do those on our next episode. I'm basically working on socks because that's what I'm obsessed with, and you're working on a few different projects. But we will circle back and talk about that in the future.
Yeah, we might do that in 2 weeks because we're trying to podcast more.
Yeah. So congratulations to everybody, and we will talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.